On the relations with Israel. Some member states today proposed a full or partial suspension of the EU association agreement, as well as for restrictions on trade coming from settlement, and others were expressing their opposition to such proposals. Given that the suspension of the association agreement needs unanimity, there was no support for this needed in the room. And the measures that we have already on the table that require qualified majority will require states shifting their position. We didn't see that today, but these discussions will continue. Syria has so far escaped the regional war, but risks to its stability remain. Ministers today reaffirmed our support for Syria's transition. Our new counter-terrorism blueprint for the region will strengthen cooperation within the global coalition. The European Commission has now proposed a full resumption of its 1978 cooperation agreement with Syria. We will discuss further support next month when we host Foreign Minister of Syria for the EU-Syria high-level dialogue. Ministers also stressed that Europe has a strategic interest in a stable and secure South Caucasus. Progress in the Armenia-Azerbaijan peace process is a real opportunity for the region, and the EU is significantly stepping up its support. Today, ministers agreed to establish a new EU civilian mission for Armenia. It will strengthen the country's resilience against massive disinformation campaigns and cyber attacks. When Armenians go to the polls in June, they alone should choose their future. We also look forward to Yerevan hosting a first-ever joint summit in May, which will be a testimony of our deepening partnership. Azerbaijan remains an important partner on energy and connectivity. We want to deepen our ties and will resume negotiations of a new bilateral cooperation agreement soon. Georgia shows no signs of reversing democratic backsliding. Ministers had an explicit message that Georgia needs to change the course. And of course, also, genuine engagement in human rights dialogue would be indication that they want to change the course. And finally, Sudan. 3 years into the war, the country faces unprecedented death and displacement. While donors last week pledged 1.5 billion euros in aid, far more is needed. The EU's priorities are threefold. First, push the ceasefire efforts. Second, advance civilian transition. And third, strengthen accountability. Progress on the EU's initiative on protecting critical infrastructure would be an important step. And together with the Netherlands, the European Union is preparing to support a UN ceasefire monitoring mechanism. We also reached a political agreement to impose new sanctions on those benefiting from the war, because as long as regional powers fuel and profit from the war will drag on. Ministers also addressed many other issues, including Council conclusions on energy and climate diplomacy. The wars in the Middle East and Ukraine show how important it is to diversify supplies and reduce dependencies on fossil fuels. We have many more important topics today, but I will stop here and ready to take your questions.
Thank you, High Representative. We start on the back with Sylvia, and then we move to the front.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sylvia Yusuf from El País newspaper. On the proposal, on the suspension of the agreement with Israel, you've mentioned that the discussion will continue. Did you, even if there was not enough votes for a QMV, I understand you saw a shifting in the mood? I mean, were there more countries asking for something, or something eventually? There were some measures like Sweden and France asked for measures outside the agreement that could be done, stopping the commerce with settlements. And if I might ask you on Iran, if I understood properly, you will propose sanctions against those who impede the free navigation in Hormuz. Could you specify what kind of sanctions and the timetable on that? Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I didn't see the shifting of positions in the room regarding the suspension of the agreement. Yes, there were new proposals on the table regarding the trade, so I promised to take this back to the Commissioner of Trade, because in order to discuss that, if you look at the legal provisions, then we need an Commission proposal on the table. So I will take that back. When it comes to the sanctions on Iran, as you know, we already have sweeping sanctions on Iran. Now the new proposal is to address also those who are engaged in limiting the freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. So the work is ongoing. There is political agreement, but there also needs to be a legal preparation for that. So we aim for May Foreign Affairs Council.
Thank you, High Representative. Christine Mundra from Deutsche Welle. Spain's foreign minister told us this morning that the European Union, that Europe's credibility is being compromised by the inaction over Israel's violation of human law, as he put it. And I just wondered if you could corroborate that as you engage the EU's partners around the world. Are you experiencing that partners around the world are feeling that the European Union is exercising double standards, it not taking action against Israel? Could you corroborate that? Is Europe's credibility sinking on the global stage?
What I